Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing? I hope you had an amazing weekend. Yes, it's a brand new week, and I'm super excited to do another area in the master closet. So I hope you had a good week last week. I hope you were able to get all of your hanging items at least somewhat sorted. If not, I hope you were at least able to implement the hanger trick so you can let that little tip do all the sorting for you. Now, if you missed any of our videos last week, they were two, one on Monday, one on Thursday. You could find all of those in the members hub. And I believe everything is set up for the new month. Yes, it is. It's all set up for the new month. So you could just click on the image link that will take you over to the master closet videos. And right now there's two. And as soon as I get done filming this, there will be three. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a great day so far. Full disclosure, this is recorded. It's actually Sunday right now. I'm going to be traveling tomorrow, basically traveling most of the week next week, but I will be back in the filming seat on Monday and we'll get back to our regular schedule. So, with that being said, there is this video today, which is Monday when you're watching this, October 9th, is recorded. There will not be a second video on Thursday because I am traveling, like I said. So we're just going to skip that one. So that means you have this entire week to get caught up in the master closet, to work on the hanging clothes, which was what we worked on last week, and to work on the shelves, which is what we are going to be working on this week. So without further ado, let's get started. Oh, and remember, it's recorded. So if you're saying hello to me and I'm not saying hello back, it's because there's nobody here but me. And it's Sunday, not Monday. But it's all good. Okay, so this is week number 2 in the master closet where we are going to deal with all of the shelving inside of this space. Now, for some of you, last week was the most difficult week because it was all of the hanging clothes, right? Some of you, this week is going to be the most difficult week because it's all of the shelves. Whatever is a tough spot for you to work on, I just want you to take a deep breath, roll up your sleeves, get your hair in a ponytail, put on sneakers, headphones for a nice decluttering distraction, and really give yourself the energy, the focus, and the motivation that you deserve. Because once this area is streamlined, decluttered, simplified, and organized, you are going to be so grateful that you put the hard work in. Is it going to stink? Yeah, it's going to stink. It's not easy to go through your clothes. Will it be worth it in the end? Absolutely, it will be. So that is your motivational pep talk to keep going. So this week, I want you to set a goal like we did last week of 10 minutes at least every single day for the next 6 to 7 days ahead. That'll give you at least an hour of solid work time on the shelves. Now, if your closet has not had the love and attention it's needed for some time, you may want to double that. Do a 10-minute session in the morning and a 10-minute session in the afternoon, or you can go all crazy town and do a full 20-minute session. Whatever it is, as long as you're able to commit to that time for the next 6 to 7 days, you will be very thankful once it's all done. Hang on one second. I want to make sure I close out of a couple things so this doesn't lag, because I know how sometimes it lags. So I'm just going to close a few things out. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get started on the shelving. Now, if you put away the sorting bins from last week, that's the first thing that I want you to do is get all those sorting bins back out. Put them in a space where you can leave them out for the next week. That way, whenever you have time to jump in there and work a little bit, all you need are 2 minutes. So all you need is 2 minutes to consider that a full working session. So whenever you find you have a few minutes of time, like you put the food in the oven and you now have 15 minutes before it's done. So you can go in and work good 5, 10, 15 minutes in your closet while you're waiting for the rest of the food to get done, right? So you can get in there and you don't have to set things up. They're already set up, ready for you to work on anytime you find a few minutes that are free or gifted to you. So the sorting bins that you want to have are the same as last week. You want to make sure you have a keep basket. That's for anything that's going to stay in the area. You want to make sure you have a put away basket, although you're not going to use this as much as in other areas. It might still be good to have that one around. That's for anything that belongs in another space. You want to have a basket for donation, anything that you want to give to charity. You might want to have a basket for giveaway, anything you want to pass on to a sister, a mother, a daughter-in-law, any clothes you don't want anymore. You want to have a toss one. That could just be a trash can, anything that's stained, stretched, snagged, or torn. That can all go into toss. And if you need it, you can have a maybe box. And we talked about this last week. A maybe box is a temporary holding space for any items that you're not quite sure you want to get rid of. You like it, you don't love it, but you're not sure if you're ready to let go of it. Excuse me. It can go into the maybe box where it can sit for a set period of time, 30, 60, or 90 days. And at the end of that time, if you have not reached inside of that box to grab out the item that is inside, then you can confidently know it can go to donation because you no longer need it, wear it, or love it. Okay? So once you have your sorting bin set up, go ahead and get started. Where you start is entirely up to you. Just choose an area on your shelf and just pick something up. And you are going to sort as you go. So what that means is you're going to pull something off the shelf, decide where it's going to go, put it in its holding area until it gets completely put away, and move on to the next item. By doing things, sorting as you go, you're going to keep your bedroom from becoming a hot mess, right? So we don't pull everything out and sort things to put things back. That's too hard. It's too overwhelming. It's too much work. We like to do things slow. We like to make things easy so that these new habits stick going forward. Okay? Sorry. I ate a Snickers before I went live, so now I have nougat in my teeth. Okay, so here's how it's going to go. You're going to pick the first item off the shelf, and you're going to look at it, and you're going to say right off the bat, do I love it? If you do, put it in the keep basket. That's the first question you want to ask yourself. You always want to ask yourself, do I love it? And if the answer is yes, put it in the keep basket, grab the next item. Once the easiest question is answered, then you can narrow down, if you're still holding that item, to the next question. And the next question should be, is it damaged in any way? Is it torn? Is it stained? Is it snagged? Is it overly stretched? And if the answer is yes, then you can either toss it or continue asking yourself questions. Okay? If the answer is no, then you can ask yourself the next question. Why am I not wearing it? Is it because I don't love it? Is it because I don't love the feel of it? Does it make me look frumpy? Do I not like the look of it? What is the reason why I don't love it? If the reason is I like it, but I need it because it goes with my suit that I wear to professional dinners, then that is a keep item, and that needs to go into the keep bin, right? You don't always have to love something in order to keep it, right? If you decide that I don't like the way this top looks on me, so I routinely pass over it looking for something else, well, then that's your clue to either donate it or give it to somebody else. Okay, so full disclosure, I had a shirt that I really, really liked, but it had this wooden clasp that went right here. And I'm very self-conscious about my neck because it's very wrinkly. So a lot of the times you'll see me doing this in photos because I'm trying to cover up my neck. It's just a part of my body that I'm very self-conscious about. So that shirt, every time I wore it, my eyes were drawn to that wooden medallion in the middle. And in my head, whoever saw that shirt was going to be looking at my neck. And I thought, even though I love this shirt, I routinely skip over it because I don't like how I feel or look when I wear it. So even though I loved it, I wasn't wearing it. I needed to know the reason why I wasn't wearing it. I solidified what that reason was. And once I knew the reason, you guys, it was so much easier for me to let go of it. It was so much easier for me to decide where it was going to go. Because before I was keeping it and I was just routinely skipping it, not really understanding why, until I looked at it and asked myself the questions like, oh, that's why I'm not wearing it, because that medallion's right there. And it calls attention to my neck. And I don't like people to look at my neck, right? So once I knew the reason, I'm like, now it makes sense for me to get rid of it. So I gave it, I think, to my mom. I gave it to her. And she loves that shirt. She wears it all the time. And that is great because it's a pretty top. I really like how it looks. It looks great on her, and she likes how it looks. So when you go through these questions, even though they take time, even though they may seem annoying, Knowing that they help you trust the decision you're making while you're doing this whole sorting process makes it easy for you not to second guess anything that you put inside of a container, a box, a bag, whatever it is. Okay. All right. So I want you to continue working until a section of the shelf is done. And the reason why we're doing the shelf in sections, so you can complete things all the way to done before moving out on. This is going to keep your basket, your sorting bins from overflowing, but it's also going to give you these little mini wins as you're working in the closet, building your confidence and your motivation as you go along, inspiring you to keep going so you can get this area done. So once the section you're working on, and you can decide whether it's a whole shelf section, whether it's a 3-foot span you're working on, whether it's just the clothes in that area, maybe you're working on a section that has all your workout clothes. You can decide what that section is for you, but I just want you to do it one section at a time. So once that's done, meaning everything's been sorted and removed from that section, then I want you to take a couple seconds to wipe it down. Just wipe the shelf down, the walls, the rod, whatever it is there. Then your last step is to put things back. And if you need to get an organizer or a container to help make it easier for you to keep things put away in this section, go ahead and do that. Okay, so another story about me. I am not a pretty organizer. I'm an efficient organizer. So I don't always fold my clothes. Honestly, I don't, because some things are hard to fold. Like I have silk pajamas and I don't hang them up and they are hard to fold. So I'm not going to waste my time folding them. I have a lot of tank tops that I wear to bed. I have a lot of tank tops that I wear all the time, but I have tank tops that I wear to bed and I don't always like to fold them because they're hard to fold. These things are flimsy and I don't hang up pajamas. So instead, I have one of those cube canvas containers. I think I have a whole bunch of them in my closet. So I can pull that container out. All my pajamas go inside. None of them get folded and the container goes back. It's neat from the outside. It's easy for me. So I stick with it. If I have to fold things every single time and keep them in nice seeable rows because I used a clear container or I use tension dividers, I'm not going to do it. It's going to look like a hot mess. So to give me the grace, because I know how I am, I'm not folding everything, then I want to use a container that is going to at least mask the fact that I don't fold everything, making my closet look easier. All of that story is meant to tell you these are things you want to keep in mind when you're choosing a container. So if you don't like to keep clothes folded, don't use a clear container, right? If you don't like to keep things folded, don't use tension dividers on a shelf. Use a canvas container that you cannot see inside of, and then label the outside pajamas. That way you know exactly what goes there, or socks, or bras, or underwear, whatever it is. Whatever it is, get a container, put it in that space, put the things inside that are going to stay there, and move on to the next area of shelving. Repeat all the steps we just went through, and just keep going and going and going till all of your shelves are done in your closet. Then, when you're all done with the shelves, I want you to pat yourself on the back for a job well done because you just completed another area in what I call one of the most difficult spaces to declutter and organize, the master closet. Okay. I really hope you found this video helpful, and I really hope you're inspired to roll up your sleeves and get busy because the work you put in this week will really benefit you for next week. All right, just a bit of housekeeping. I will not be here on Thursday, so please mark your calendar. You have the next 7 days to work your little hearts out, getting your master closet streamlined and organized so that next week we can start a new area. And I will be back on Monday, October 16th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, and we will map out the next project for the master closet. All right, everybody, I hope you have an amazing week and a fantastic weekend. Take care and happy decluttering. Bye.